What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your wonderful day, and this will be another weather forecast. As you can probably assume, on the potential for that major winter storm upcoming for early next week here, and chances continue to increase for a potential major snowstorm in the Mid-Atlantic and as well as the Ohio Valley and portions of the Great Lakes. So definitely, we still have a lot of uncertainty for exact regions and exact accumulation, but we're starting to get more, I guess, details and more model support on the snowstorm here. As you can see, this is a photo of the European shows. So we do actually have an increase in possibility for a big snowstorm for the Mid-Atlantic and as well potentially for the Great Lakes. So obviously, we're still not exactly as close enough to start showing some more detailed models because they don't go that far out. But as we gradually get through the week here, we will start to get more information on this potential snowstorm. So bear with me. This really won't have as much information as if it was like 3 or 4 days away from now, but it's gradually getting closer because this will really start by Sunday, Monday, so we're starting to get a lot closer, but really, we just gotta go day by day. But before you get the video, be sure to subscribe as well if you really want to know more about the potential snowstorm. And as well, if you want to get daily content faster, then hit the post notification icon so you can get notified as soon as I post. And if you have any questions on this snowstorm, whether it'll affect you or not, or it'll just miss, timing, all of that for your area, be sure to put them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to actually answer because I get a few comments per minute sometimes in some videos if they blow up, so it'll be kind of hard to get your comment, but I'll try my best. But this will be a look at the GFS here. So you just see they have it now starting really by Wednesday, January 27th here. Or actually, sorry, this is the actual wrong day here. So I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong day. That's not cool. So I don't know why I was looking at the wrong day. So this is by Sunday. We actually have a pretty decent sized snow event occurring there in the Midwest. But from the same low pressure after this storm, that snow kind of moves out of the Midwest. We'll start to see now ice and more snow developing here. So the first wave really won't be too significant. However, that second wave here will actually potentially bring some very heavy snow across the portions of the Great Lakes here. Very heavy snow. Again, this is the GFS having very heavy snow across areas like Chicago, Detroit. Has a chance to get some more snow. Milwaukee, Madison, as well. We're watching for potential ice threat across the rain snow line at Chicago, Des Moines, even all the way to areas like Fort Wayne, and even potentially down to areas like Dayton, Ohio. You guys may see some ice here, but mainly going to stick as rain. But GFS is not taking this lightly. They're actually showing some very heavy ice across areas like Ohio, there off the Great Lakes. This will stay north of Columbus, according to the new model runs. This will stay mainly north of Indianapolis, will stay north of areas like Springfield, Illinois. But however, Detroit, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Erie, as well as Des Moines, and even Rockford, you guys may be very lucky to actually get snow from this because just south of you guys will only get rain. So you just see this with the GFS has that snow now going across the Great Lakes there, Lake Erie, Huron, and moving up to Mid-Atlantic here. So that's something we need to watch out for. And then moves out by obviously next Tuesday. But this does push into the Northeast here. And it'll be more significant actually in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic than what it is in the Midwest actually. So that's why I'm kind of really looking at the Mid-Atlantic and East Coast for this system because that's where it'll be heaviest snow and it's obviously going to be impacting larger areas here. So very heavy snow. This is actually now by Thursday moving in. So this will obviously be a lot later till it actually gets in here. So really Wednesday, maybe Thursdays when this starts to actually really become impactful across the Northeast. So there, that very heavy snow for North Ohio there, North Indiana. Again, Indianapolis really going to be hard. You guys may be in the rain snow mix. Make it a few hours of some flurries, but really it's going to be very hard to get a decent amount of accumulation. But this obviously will now move into Thursday morning. So this is Thursday early morning, now getting to the afternoon. That snow is going to continue to push now more towards the coast. There's that low pressure does drift off the United States. That moisture, that cold air behind the system will catch up and bring in a lot of that snow. Again, just going to avoid Columbus, just going to avoid areas like Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, you guys will get some decent amount of snow as well. Much of Pennsylvania, you guys can get a big snow event as well. There's like Greencastle, State College, Philadelphia. This may be another snow event for you guys as well. New York City, you guys may get some decent amount of snow from this, but the worst of it will just be south. Areas like Dover, Baltimore, Annapolis, there, even as well in the higher Appalachians there. And West Virginia, you guys may get some, that's one near Welch, you guys may get some snow there, but very heavy snow as far as the eastern coast. Atlantic City, you guys may get some very heavy snow, more snow than New York City. So very interesting system we're seeing here. This cold air will go as far as the maybe a few miles off the coast there, 20, 30 miles off the coast, we'll see some snow still. So if you're in the coast, like at Atlantic City, Annapolis, you guys actually may get some decent snow from this here. But let's go ahead and move out of the way. Of course, this is Sunday. You got that first system. So this is the European. So models are still really kind of disagreeing, but they're gradually getting a bit more reasonable with each other. So here's that first system according to the European here. Bring that snow by Sunday, this Sunday. Generally this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, depending where you live. Some snow there for Chicago, going to be mainly light across Lake Michigan as well. And up there near the Twin Cities, there could get some light snow. That won't be the big event though. That's just a brief system. But this is when the same low pressure, it's going to be the same low pressure to the south. That cold air is going to finally meet up. So you're going to be seeing all that precipitation there, rain, some dangerous ice as well off the Ohio River Basin. This will potentially be this could be quite a big ice event across the areas to the south of that snow. So big ice event potentially near Washington, Illinois, as well as areas like Des Moines, southern Iowa, and as well as Cincinnati. Maybe up there near Indianapolis could get a few potential hours of some freezing rain, and that snow will gradually develop in the higher elevations there in Virginia near Roanoke. But watch this, is going to really become a very widespread system. Watch this. Heavy snow all the way from areas like Kansas City down to D.C., Alexandria, Virginia. You guys may get some very heavy snow. So you do see Columbus, Indianapolis, Cincinnati. You guys are just going to miss this. It's going to be an absolute bust if this actually happens. Of course, there's still plenty of time for this to change, but everything's surrounding you guys, and that's because temperatures could very well be above freezing here. That cold is going to be kind of in this whole area, so it's not going to be a regular cold front that goes all the way, obviously, kind of to the west, from the west and moves straight down the south. This will be that potential polar vortex breaking off, so it's going to only be affecting these areas kind of to the north, so it's going to really struggle to get in these areas here. So that's really the interesting thing about areas just south like Columbus, Cincinnati, all you guys. But we're looking at a very widespread system here, big time ice in the Appalachians as well, a big time ice threat as well up there in the Midwest off the Great Lakes. But watch this, now this becomes even more significant. Very heavy snow continuing in areas just south of Chicago, central Illinois, northern Missouri, southern Iowa. You guys can get some very heavy snow as well. Areas like north central Missouri, maybe out there just north of Springfield and Washington there, and very big time heavy snow potentially as well just up there in the mid-Atlantic. Big time snow for DC, Alexandria, some big time ice threat once again for Roanoke as well. Could get that snow in Dover, Annapolis, Philadelphia as well. So this is going to be a very interesting system. Again, just north of Columbus. If you're just north of Columbus, you guys can get snow. If you're just south of Columbus, you may just get all rain. Again, this is still around, let's say, a weekish from now. So actually less than a week from now. So let's say we got 5 days really until we actually have to know. So this still has plenty of time to change. But however, it's really not looking too good if you're in Columbus, if you're in Indianapolis, if you're in Cincinnati. Again, Indianapolis could get a few snow showers there, on and off, but icy little accumulation, maybe a trace. But look at that snow stretching all the way from Missouri down to New York City. So this would be a very widespread event. Big time snow there. Areas like Pennsylvania, northern Ohio, northern Virginia, as well down up to areas like the tri-state area. Couldn't get some snow in New York City. Very heavy snow, especially for areas like Germantown, D.C., big time snow. Could get a few showers there, snow showers in Columbus, but with that rain, it's going to be really hard to accumulate because it will mostly be above freezing. And then all the way by still Wednesday, we're still going to get some snow showers near Dover, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, maybe Indianapolis and Baltimore. So we're looking at a big time snow event for big cities if this stays up. Baltimore, Des Moines, Chicago, Detroit, Madison. You got obviously Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, Cleveland, New York City, obviously, as well as areas like much of Long Island. You got the tri-state area. We got a lot of regions and big cities that can get affected by this, but of course, still has plenty of time to change. So this is looking at the European here, so big time snow event all the way from the Midwest. As you see, it's going to be more significant for the Mid-Atlantic. Like I've been saying, it's going to get a lot colder, and that low pressure will strengthen as it gets off the East Coast. So that snow rate will actually increase. So that's the thing about this. So we're looking at a few inches there for Chicago. Chicago is looking pretty confident. I know you guys obviously see a lot of snowstorms in the winter where it's like 3 inches to 8 inches, and then it only brings in a trace. But this is looking very good because of that cold air across this whole region. So it is looking very good. Both models, GFS and European, do agree with snow for you. So that's obviously a good thing since the GFS and European are still really disagreeing. So the fact that they both show snow is kind of on your side there. A few inches there as well in Des Moines. As well, much of Iowa is going to get some snow, whether it's 3 inches to 5 inches. And of course, upper Missouri can get an absolute bullseye of snow if you're talking about the Midwest. Up to half foot of snow there in upper Missouri. We're talking very heavy snow and as well a big ice threat. A few inches there in Milwaukee. Of course, a few inches just with Indianapolis. Look at that. Columbus, you guys, maybe 3 counties north. You can get up to 4 inches, but if you're in Columbus or anywhere near Columbus, a trace to nothing is a possibility here. So you're just missing out because you guys are just outside that freezing zone here. So really, basically, right here, the freezing line here, you can kind of see it obviously eye to eye. Maybe a few inches there for Detroit. Pretty snowy Midwest, but once you move eastward, that snow gets heavier. Look at that, very heavy snow across the Mid-Atlantic, up to near 9 to 11 inches of snow for DC. Again, this could change a lot, especially for DC, an area where they're typically always in the rain-snow line, up to as well your foot there in areas like far western West Virginia, far western Maryland, far eastern West Virginia there. Richmond, you guys could just miss that out as well. You guys are just too far south. Really, the freezing line really shouldn't expect to go down there, but maybe a few flurries to a trace there in Richmond, as well down the Appalachians in North Carolina, maybe an inch as well. But we're talking a big-time snow event for coastal areas. Atlantic City, 3 to 5 inches of snow, according to the European right now. Up to half foot or more for Dover and Wilmington, Delaware. Up to as well a half foot or more in south central Pennsylvania. A few inches from Philadelphia, a trace or so for New York City. So we're talking some snow for some cities here, but really the question is, will it stay the same, what models have, or will it change? Obviously, that's a big question. Even GFS is starting to agree with the European. So it's really getting good now. Just 2 days after we start talking about the storm, models start to agree. So that's a good sign. Look at that. Columbus, obviously, right there. GFS, nothing to a trace. European shows the same thing. I mean, look, we're seeing quite a big similarity when it comes to the region. However, the only thing we actually don't have the models agreeing with is the actual accumulation. For example, look at Detroit. You got maybe a trace to 2 inches there, up to 5 inches according to the GFS. Look at eastern Iowa, 8 inches. Look at the European, 4 inches. Look at that Erie, for example, up to a foot or more according to the GFS. Maybe only half foot there for according to the European. So we have the regions now, like they're starting to agree for the actual states and where the snow will stop. But the next step is accumulation. So we already got one step. Now we get the other step here. But again, up to near half foot according to the GFS for the Midwest. Again, the GFS is still pushing more north compared to the European. The European still got some snow there for Columbus, Indianapolis. Obviously, some snow deep in the coast. For example, a big difference. Look at the coast there. Look at Virginia Beach. May get absolutely nothing, but according to the European, a trace is possible. Look at DC, only around a trace to an inch. Look at the European. So Europeans really showing a big event to the south. However, the GFS is still north and has it for the northeast, when in reality the European has it for the Mid-Atlantic. So we still have a few flaws and differences. GFS still more to the north. European more to the south here. But look at that, still up to a 1.5 or 2 feet in south central and central Pennsylvania there, as well as far western Maryland. And if the GFS happens, big time snow expected for areas like Philadelphia. Over half foot of snow there. New York City a few inches, all the way to areas like Connecticut. So it's looking very plausible for this snowstorm to actually bring in some decent snowfall across the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. The only thing is which model will be right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye guys.